Hey everybody, George here. So a little while back I found out about a company called Wyze, and they were basically offering an inexpensive solution to smart home devices that I was really interested in. I picked up some of their cameras, I picked up some of their smart plugs, and some of their door sensors, as well as the motion sensor. Pretty much the only thing I don't have from Wyze at the moment is their smart bulbs, and that's not for any particular reason. I just haven't picked one up yet. But recently, they offered their new door locks to some of their early adapters. Now, they just got these door locks out and they offered them to people that I guess were with them before with some of the previous products, and I was able to get one. And I thought I would do a video on it because I've been very pleased with their product so far. So, looking at the new Wyze door lock, this device, as I said, they just released it. It is supposed to be able to auto lock and unlock your door, as well as remotely access the lock with through the Wyze app. And it's going to work with your existing key. I'll show you in just a second when I open it up, but it doesn't replace the front of the door, just the rear thumb screw. So it'll work with your existing key. There's not going to be a keypad or a special key. It's just going to go on to the existing front portion of your door lock. It also has open and closed door detection. Not sure what that means yet, but we'll take a look at that. And it's supposed to use enhanced hardware encryption, and they do say that it has easy setup. So we'll see about that. So looking inside, now again, this is one of the products that went out to the earlier adapters. So I don't know if it's going to be the same. You're probably not going to get this sticker in the full release. It's a little sticker that says I backed Wyze Lock. And so inside here, you have the locking mechanism itself. This is they just call it the lock. So there's the whole mechanism, a quick start guide. There are 4 AA battery, which I'm assuming are going to go in there. And let's see, the gateway, that's this device here. That is the lock gateway. And then there should be the mounting plate. And then we have some adhesive strip is what that orange piece in there is. I'm not sure what it is for yet. And then there's 3 adapters in here. There's these little plugs in here. And I believe what those are going to do, and I'll see when I install it, is that they'll actually adapt. Like I said, it installs to the pre-existing door. So those will adapt to the lock, I'm assuming. I'll take a look at that in a second. And then that's basically all that's left in here. So yeah, that's good enough. So there it is. You got the lock, the gateway, the quick start guide, 4 AA, adhesive strip, the mounting plate, and 3 adapters. So this is what you get in the box. Now, like I said, this was what went out to the early adapters. So this might not be the same box that's going to go to the full retail release, but this is what I have to show you. So now from here, let's go put that easy setup to the test and see how this thing works. So I just finished installing the lock on my door, and it turns out it was actually a really easy install. The only thing I needed that wasn't included in the app was a Phillips head screwdriver. I do have a couple of adapters left over. You only need one for the install, so I used the one that fit on my door, and these two I'm going to save in case I move the lock from my garage to my house, and maybe I'll need one of those. I already had the Wyze app installed on my phone, and once I added the lock as one of my devices, the app walked me through step by step through the install of the lock. And again, it was very simple. So now that I have it installed, I have a garage door, which is what I named it. I have a lock in my device list, and if I click that, I can lock or unlock the device manually, or excuse me, remotely from here. So there it is. I just clicked that and it is now unlocked. I can click it again and it will lock. And it shows me in this timeline basically what's going on throughout the day. That's just me unlocking and unlocking it. So you can see what the door's been up to remotely. And from the settings here, you can do a couple of things. You can change the name. Obviously, you can share the device with people that also have the Wyze app installed. You can turn on notifications so that you can see if the door is locked or unlocked. It can notify you when that happens. I have that turned off because it's on my garage and I'm really just still playing with it. Some of the cool things here is the auto unlock and the auto lock. So basically, if you want the door to auto lock immediately upon closing, you can do that, or you can set it to a certain interval. The lock knows when the door is ajar or when it's open. You actually calibrate it during setup. So if you want it to immediately lock upon closing or wait 5 minutes, which is what I have it set to, you can do that. Also, there's an auto unlock feature. And essentially what that does is it runs a geofence. And you set your address within the app, and then once you've exited that geofence, it knows you're away from home. And as soon as you come back in, the lock will unlock for you once you've entered that geofence. Then you can open the door and, without using your key. And then as soon as you close it, it'll auto lock as well if you have that turned on. There's also some alarm settings. So you can have it send an alarm if the door is left open or if the lock is jammed. Those are the two alarms. And I have those set on. Like I said, I'm still kind of playing with it. So that's essentially a look into the Wyze Lock. Now, if you guys are interested in making some of the parts of your home intelligent, particularly if you like to have some cameras or if you want to do some of those door sensors. I particularly like some of the switches I use when I'm not home to automatically activate some lights or some features around the house like the electric fireplace and that sort of stuff. I'm a big fan of the Wyze product and it's very affordable. So if that's something you're interested in, I suggest you take a look. You can check them out on their website at wyzecam.com, www.wyzecam.com. WYZE. Also, if you have an Android or iOS, download the app from the App Store because there's a link to the shop directly in the app. You can just pick up these products directly in there. The app is really helpful. It's very intuitive. And if you have any questions specifically for me, please leave them in the comments. Like I said, I do work with the products a bit. I personally enjoy them. If you have questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them. And please make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I appreciate you doing so. All right, guys, thank you very much. Again, like and subscribe. Leave your comments. Thanks for watching.